Hey guys, Lackawanna Valley Rail fan here. We're back on the Lackawanna Heritage Trail, and we found an old bridge. This was the old D&H Gravity Railroad, which would gravity drop cars from Upper Jessup to down here beneath the valley to coal mines. So this was a bridge that it crossed, and we're gonna climb up it and see what we can find. So coming up here we have a trail, and the bridge is over here, so we're gonna actually walk up this. And this is fully abandoned, not used, probably not since early 19s. Okay, so here's the top, and see where the tracks used to run, and they go up that hill. There's another trail over there. Not so sure what these are. They're random concrete steps up here. Could have been part of the bridge, but I highly doubt it. Here's the top of the bridge. That's the other side of the bridge over there. There's not as much, but ooh, shit. All right, we're gonna go to the next spot. All right, so we're here closer to Archibald, and that's the Archibald plastic power plant over there. And this track right here with like no ballast, that's the main line. Over there is the power plant siding that's used for storing plastic cars. But what really comes to interest are these column walls. But there's another structure over there that, so they would like use the crane to like load it onto the platforms to get it up there onto the column things, and then they would bring the column cars underneath here to serve for their column cars. So we're actually going to get off the track now. Not really on their property, but all right, we're gonna head to the next spot. So we're still on the trail in Archibald, and we found an old D&H oil house, which is accessible for people on the trail. But this oil house, the tracks are actually down there a ways, but now this isn't really used anymore, but they have restored it so that people can tour it on certain occasions. And now, what were oil houses used for?
I don't know. It's part of the colliery that used to be here. And same with the building up from us.
Okay, so that's learning more facts. That it could have branched off from these holes in the wall. There's more holes over here, and there's a platform. Not sure what this would have been used for, but nonetheless interesting. We found another building. Now we're not going to go close to it, but the door's open over there, so we're not going to go over there. That's a little creepy. But we found something else as we were walking over here to see that building. Looks like an old bridge. Could have been used for pipes. Not so sure. But that's about it for here. Very weird with our encounter over there. So we're back at Archibald. We went up to German, but we found nothing up there. We're here at the Brojack's lumber industry. It's pretty torn up. There's no trains coming today, but we found, it's a little hard to see from over here, but what we found was an old signal bridge that used to, two structures of it, that used to cross this entire place that was once 4 or 5 tracks. You can see that's the existing Carbondale line today. I don't really want to go too close to the industry, but there's there's 2 switches for 2 tracks into there. But we have another signal base structure here, and we're thinking this could have been for the gravity railroad that met the main line somewhere around here, but it could have also been a separate signal. We're not too sure. But this signal bridge was one of the legs, and then the other one's over there. Now there's some old metal bars here. It could have been used for wiring the signal, or it could have just been for the signal bridge's support. But you see there's old ties everywhere over here, and that's about it. Alright guys, last thing we're going to be exploring today. We're back on the old Winton and Priceville branch, and we're here at the where the Giant in Peckville is, and we already found an old rail tie that's sitting here. It's dug into the ground, but we're going to continue down this alley to see what we come on. I meant to say come upon, not come on. That sounds all wrong, but whatever. Definitely. So as you can see, this is a really straight right away that it used to be, and it's really dark. It's covered by trees. Yeah. Here's another tie. There's another tie into the ground. And this is again another embankment. There's like a river there. There's another tie, and if you keep following this, it'll take you to Keystone Ave, where we explored it in the last abandoned video. Another tie coming up. So, update on this line. It could have been the old O&W, which is the New York, Ontario, and Western. But again, I'm not too sure. As you can see, it kind of got washed out here. And this...
Probably an old insulator pole.
Yeah, I think this is an old insulator pole here. It looks a little thick to be one, though. But, yeah. I don't know. That's definitely not some sort of regular tree. Yeah. So as far as I know, this was 1 track, because it doesn't appear to be 2 tracks. It could have been, but
no remnants to me. It seemed like there was.
Yeah, there's no remnants.
Other old things here.
There's some. Yeah, there's a bridge here. There's another. Homeowners must have built here.
I think that's way too small to be. I think that's too small to be wood shop.
I don't really know. I'm not a good animal person. If you look all the way ahead, you could see the Alpine ice cream shop, and the line would have ran straight through there, and would have ran straight through some houses that they've built over to eventually get to Keystone Ave, to where we explored it, like I said in the last video. There doesn't seem to be much else until it gets to the main road. But nonetheless, very cool. And I assume this road was here back in the 1960s. This was abandoned. Okay, so we're coming up here, and there's another old tie back there, but this is where it ends. Well, then we continue straight across the road. But that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to give this video a big like, so that way I can make more videos like this. I'll see you next time.